All right, today we are diving deep, and I mean deep, into the emerald heart of Sri Lanka's highlands. We're going to explore Ella, a tiny town that has somehow become this absolute giant on the travel map. So what's the secret? What's all the buzz about?
So what is it that makes Ella so captivating? Well, it's not just a pin on a map, it's an atmosphere. Seriously, just picture it. You're over 1,000 meters up, way above sea level. The air is crisp and cool, everything slows way down, and you're just wrapped in this incredible tapestry of cloud forests and these super vibrant green tea plantations. It's a total sanctuary.
Okay, and this is where a story really kicks off. Because that quiet, hidden village of the past, it's exploded into one of Sri Lanka's absolute must-visit spots. And that creates this fascinating tension, right? A kind of push and pull between its calm, tranquil soul and its buzzing modern tourist scene.
So that leads us to the big question, the one we're going to tackle in this explainer. How do you actually find the soul of a place that's caught between two completely different worlds? And here's the spoiler. It turns out the real Ella isn't just a thing you stumble upon. Nope, it's something you have to actively create through the choices you make.
And this slide just lays it all out, right? It's the two sides of the Ella coin. On one side, you've got that serene sanctuary. That's the original draw. But on the other, you've got this bustling hub. You know, the kind of place that sometimes gets labeled over-touristed, packed with cool cafes. Your entire experience there is going to be about navigating between these two realities.
So you might be wondering, how does this actually play out when you're there? Well, it starts before you even set foot in Ella. Your first big choice, and honestly, maybe the most important one, is the journey itself. We're talking about that legendary 7-hour train ride from Kandy. It's the perfect metaphor for everything Ella is about. And check this out. This is the trade-off right here. Do you go first class? Sure, you get the AC, but the windows are sealed shut. It's like you're in a bubble. Or do you go for second or third class? Yeah, it's going to be hot, it's going to be crowded, a little chaotic for sure, but the windows and doors are wide open. You're getting all the sights, the smells, the sounds. You might even have locals singing and dancing in your car. It's a choice between quiet observation and just jumping right into the vibrant chaos.
Okay, so a little pro tip here, you absolutely have to plan ahead. Those reserved seats, especially in second class, they sell out crazy fast. We're talking weeks, sometimes even more than a month in advance. And listen up, this is the most important tip I can give you. From Kandy to Ella, you have to sit on the right-hand side of the train for the best views, seriously. And if you're going for an unreserved car, just be ready for a respectful, but, well, let's call it a firm push. It's just the way it works. Right, so once you've made that epic journey and you've finally arrived, you'll start to see that Athens' whole identity is really built around two kinds of landmarks. One is this incredible feat of human engineering, and the other is just steeped in ancient myth. First up, let's talk about the icon. You've definitely seen this in pictures, the Nine-Arch Bridge. The local name for it is Ahas Namai Palama, which has this beautiful poetic translation, Nine Skies Bridge. And it's because when you stand right underneath it and look up, you see 9 perfect frames of the sky through the arches. How cool is that?
But get this is the wildest part. This thing is almost 100 meters long. It was finished back in 1921, and it was built entirely out of stone, brick, and cement. There is absolutely no steel in it, none. And the story of why? Well, it's even more amazing than the bridge itself.
You see, the story that everyone tells, the one that's kind of pushed the official colonial records to the side, is all about a local builder named P.K. Apuhami. The legend goes that during World War I, all the steel got diverted for the war effort, so Apuhami stepped up. He apparently solved a major problem with a swampy foundation by just toppling giant rocks into it. And then, this is the best part, to prove how strong it was, he laid down right under the bridge as the very first train rumbled across. It's just this incredible story of local smarts winning the day.
All right, so let's shift gears now. We're moving from local history to some seriously ancient mythology. Because woven all through the landscape around Ella, you'll find traces of the Hindu epic, the Ramayana. Specifically, the story of when King Ravana abducted the princess Sita.
And that story connects us directly to a place called Ravana Falls. According to the legend, this waterfall is where King Ravana hid Sita away. So as you can imagine, it's a place with huge cultural and religious meaning. And just a little ways away, there's Ravana Cave, which is thought to be her actual prison. What's crazy is that archaeologists there have found evidence of human life that goes back 20,000 years. Just mind-blowing.
Okay, so you've seen the icons, now it's time to get out there and explore, right? And guess what?
you're faced with another choice that's going to totally define your experience. Because Ella's two main hikes, they represent two completely different ways of thinking about exploration.
So the question for you is, what are you after? Are you looking for a pretty straightforward, super rewarding climb that gets you those iconic views? Or are you looking for more of a challenging, adventurous pilgrimage, the kind of hike that leaves you with a real, deep sense of accomplishment?
This breaks it down perfectly. You've got Little Adams Peak, which is your quick and easy option, maybe an hour or two round trip on a path that's super easy to follow. It's perfect for sunrise or for more casual hikers. Then you have Ella Rock. That's a whole other beast. We're talking a 3 to 4 hour adventure. The path isn't marked, so you'll probably need a guide or at least GPS, and you'll literally be walking along railway tracks before a super steep climb at the end. But the reward? Oh, it's an absolutely unmatched 360-degree view.
And this whole theme of choice, it doesn't just stop with the hikes, it touches every single part of your visit. Finding the soul of Ella is really about curating your own personal experience, from the food you eat to the bed you sleep in. Take food, for example. You could go for a super authentic, incredibly cheap curry at a tiny little spot like Matey Hut. Or you could dive headfirst into the buzzing social scene at a massive, always packed international place like Cafe Chill. Or, hey, maybe you want a fancy, fine dining experience with breathtaking views at a resort. Each one of those choices gives you a completely different taste of Ella. And it's the exact same story with where you stay. You could choose a family-run homestay for a quiet, authentic experience. We're talking home-cooked breakfasts and tips from the locals. Or you could go for a luxury eco-resort and get that secluded, high-end escape with an infinity pool. Or, if you're looking to meet people, a hostel right in the town center puts you smack in the middle of the action. Each choice totally changes the shape of your trip.
So here's the main takeaway, the most important point of all. There isn't one single real Ella that you just show up and consume. The magic of this place is found when you actively navigate between these two different worlds, when you consciously decide which side of Ella you want to experience moment by moment.
And that really brings us to a neat little definition for what makes this place so special. We can call it the duality of Ella. It's that exact tension we've been talking about. It's a place where your experience is 100% in your hands. It's shaped by the path you decide to take, both literally on the hiking trails and figuratively. Because make no mistake, that quiet, magical soul of the hill country, it's still there. It's absolutely alive and well. It's just waiting to be discovered by anyone who's willing to look a little bit beyond the main tourist trail. So really, the only question left to ask is, which version of Ella's spirit will you choose to find?